here today to defend the right to pursue happiness. It's a simple notion. It's bestowed upon all of us by our Constitution. Every citizen in this country has the right to pursue it, and I believe that is incumbent upon us as citizens of this nation, as Americans, to bestow that right upon others, upon each other, and upon the rest of the world. But the right to pursue happiness, for so many, is stripped away. It's raped, it's abused, it's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
I'm Shankar and I'm a graduate student at University of South Florida. I'm here today to talk about rape and consent, and also a few of my friends being raped and how it changed me as a person. I've been on a few dates with a few girls, and when I thought it was right for me, or when I felt I wanted to kiss them, I didn't go for it right away. I stopped there for a moment and I asked, is it okay if I kissed you now? So they felt, it spoils the moment and it's an unromantic gesture. But I was coming from a place where I was not assuming anything from her side. I wanted to do the right thing, be in the right place, and ask her permission before I touch her or do anything to her.
To be safer, just ask. I don't think it ruins the moment or anything. I actually think it makes it cuter, a sense of timidness, and it's like reassuring that trust.
It was when I was 19, there was a huge phenomena happening in India, where I'm from. So a medical student was raped so brutally and murdered by 6 people in a running bus, and they left her dead body by the side of the road, and they didn't care if she was dead or alive. So yeah, and amidst all this mishap, Indian youth was realizing how big of a problem it was, and then so they started protesting, and then a lot of NGOs started putting up discussions about what is rape, and they started educating people. So amidst these discussions, I came across the word consent for the first time. I didn't know what it was because they were speaking about it, consent, but I wanted to know what it was. So I checked the dictionary definition of it, and it was really surprising because it was something I knew all the way, but I was just not practicing it, or I just didn't have the courtesy to extend it to all my fellow human beings, and especially women.
I don't think it's talked about in schools. I don't think, cellular meiosis, we talk about the science of it, but we don't talk about the social science and the psychological aspects of it.
It was really alarming for me to realize that women wouldn't feel safe around me. So there was nothing I did, but I still represented masculine gender from whom women are threatened, right? So that's what I'm trying to change from my side. It starts from an individual. So how can I make myself more safe, and how can I make people feel safer? When I go on a date, I don't want them to be anxious. I want them to feel comfortable being with me.
It doesn't feel good that a girl would find me as a potential rapist, because I would never do that in a million years. But it's just what it is.
I cannot deny how personally it affected me, a few of my friends being raped. So one of my friends was raped twice, not just once when she was not able to give consent, when she was taken advantage of, and once she was stalked and attacked violently, and then she was kidnapped and raped. And the other time, the other friend, she was in an abusive relationship and she was raped and she was subjected to gaslighting. These kind of incidents make me realize the importance of consent. If every 1 woman in 5 women is being raped, there's something wrong that's going on in this society. So where do we start? Where do we start questioning? Where do we start the change? It is really alarming and mind-boggling to even imagine that your existence makes somebody feel threatened. So yeah, one of the main reasons I'm actually making this documentary is to besides documenting my feelings about how I feel about this topic, I'm trying to pose an open-ended question to all the guys out there, So maybe I thought if I'd share this, maybe if I could spark this idea of how to make women feel more safer when we're around them, I guess maybe that's when guys could start thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think I can change them.
Consent is a simple yes, and if it's not yes, it's a no. Even if I were married to her, she has the right to turn me down at any point in time, because she doesn't become my property because she's my girlfriend. The change needs to start with us, and it starts with you and I, because consent is everything.